Hey, how are you guys? Hello, hello. I'm reading your messages. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm super glad that it's having a positive impact on you. That's very nice. That's very nice. All right. How are you? I think there's a slight delay. I think there's a slight delay on YouTube. Oh, it's just like a few seconds. Nothing too much. All right. So can you hear me well? Can you see my screen? Yes. All right. Okay. All right. So let me get started here. Hello, Dion. Oh, thank you, Don. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your words. Really, really, you are making the difference. Just letting me know that this is having a some impact on your trading and for the good side. Hello, Patrick. Hello, Sina. Hola, Sebastian. The trade tool is a game changer. Yeah, I know. I mean, at least it's like a visual representation on how you can kind of gauge the risk reward, right? Hello, Chen. Hello, Kevin. Sven. Hello, Eileen. Your Oscar speech. All right. Uh, uh, hey, Luke. What's up? Hello, Salman. Hello. Oh, TM 2000. All right. Hey, Chandru, how are you? Hello, Amuta, Alex, Francine. Hello, Francine. Welcome to this live stream. Hello, CJ, Randall, Yaritza. Hello, hola, hola, Yaritza. All right, guys. All right, so let's get started. Let's get started. So back from vacation. Yeah, yeah. That I was thinking of that because you have been away for a few days. I hope you enjoy your days off. All right, guys. So today was a very easy day if you were patient, right? If you were patient, markets they didn't do anything but drop this morning. Now we are kind of watching a bounce, a good recovery here. Uh, but I mean, we are kind of due for a correction on the markets, right? So this should not be like taking you by surprise. Uh, we need it, or we need a pullback. So just don't think for a second this is a bearish market. No, this is just a pullback to previous all-time highs. So this is super normal. This is nothing to panic about. So you just need to understand how the market works, and well, again, I think this is super good. Um, May your days always be green. Thank you, Eileen. Richard, market is crashing. No, come on, Richard. No, no, that's not true. That's not true. It's just a pullback. And hello, Yatin. So as you can, you know what? Let's take a look. All right, let's take a look. Let's go to SPY. This is the 1 hour chart. Let's go to the 4 hour. Let's go to 4 hour. Guys, what do you see here? What do you see here? This is not market crashing, Richard. Come on. It's just a pullback to previous all-time highs. Can you see? This is a pullback to this demand zone. This actually look at the reaction right here, right? Yeah, we had this pullback today, but look where the reaction is happening. Look where this reaction is happening. Demand zone. So guys, if you are new to trading and you are still learning like supply demand zones, this is a demand zone, right? This is a demand zone. So again, I just think this is a healthy pullback. We can actually go a bit lower, maybe to 627. I think that that should not scare anyone, and that should be good for day traders. All right. So yeah, so that's just me trying to give some sort of explanation of what's going on. All right. Just a Walmart flash sale. Yeah. Yaritza, this is a good time to buy stocks at a better price, or we should wait for a better pullback? That's a good question, Yaritza. I think you can wait for a deeper pullback, but I mean, full disclosure, I'm not a financial advisor. This should not be taken as a financial advice, but experience share. I always like to wait for a pullback at least to the daily 20 SMA. I think retest of the daily 20 SMA, it's always a good point, to enter into a position, add to a position, or reassess what you are doing in your position, right? So I just think every name is different. It's hard to say like, oh well, this is a good time to enter into any position. You should be taking a look to whatever you're liking, but yeah, just asking what is your thought. Yeah, I think in general terms, I like the retests of the daily 20 SMA. You can take that as a base, but I mean, I will take a look to whatever company you are investing, and that's another thing, right? I mean, I like only like mega caps. I don't invest on small caps or meme coin. So and also I like ETF. So yeah, on my long term portfolio, I'm kind of very cautious and kind of conservative. All right. Okay. Well, that's it. Neto big win today. Took the meta put. That's the exact same thing that I took. Pretty sure these puts made you happy trader today. It was. Hola, Carlita. Hello, Meli. All right, so let's get started, guys. I'm not gonna spend too much time explaining like every entry. I'm just gonna kind of give you like a general idea of what happened today. I mean, we all know that everything was just dropping. So just to understand, just trying to understand. Like for example, here, guys, this was, in my opinion, this was kind of the very first opportunity here on SPY. It was 943. We were consolidating right here on this range, but this was super close to previous day low. So once we failed to hold this area here, this 639, look at all of the rejections right here. 639 rejection, strong rejection, retest, strong rejection. I think this was the very first entry for SPY. I know this doesn't look like a super clean, nice break and retest, but if you are following the context, this 639 was kind of a solid key level to watch, right? So if you enter here, I don't want to hear what you did. You make money, right? If you enter here, yeah, you made money. anything later than this, look at watch this. Anything later than this, it was just chasing this drop, because I don't see any opportunity here on the break and retest. All right. So we swipe this 636.79. That's a key level on the daily chart. We broke 637.22. That's the pre-market low. Let me make this a little bit. 637.22 pre-market low. So now we are super bearish here, right? So you just need to start watching for key levels for a retest. So people was asking me, hey Neto, is this a good entry? I don't think this is a good entry, right? I mean, this is just like a small bounce here. I mean, this is an order block created here. So this was not a good entry. However, we broke this line here. This is the 636. Remember, when we are just chasing the price to the downside or to the upside, you can start looking at the to the round numbers or half numbers, right? So I was watching this 636. I didn't like this, and I already was into 2 different trades by this time. But I mean, look at this nice break and retest of this 636. 636 right here. If you guys are ICT concepts traders, I mean, this is a fair value gap, or this is a imbalance. Actually, I learned like imbalance. Fair value gap is like a nice way for an imbalance. So we actually came here, fill this imbalance, and just rejected again, right? So I really like this one here. If you are a simpler trader, I mean, it was a break and retest of the 636. If you are a trader, an ICT concepts trader, this is the retest of the fair value gap or imbalance. So this was another good opportunity right here with clear levels. That's what I like it here. You have a very controlled risk right here, and you have clear objectives with external liquidity, right? Remember, these blue lines are key levels on the daily chart, previous lows and previous highs. So these were for me external liquidity. And this area here, I want to show you this 634 to 635.50. It's this area here. So again, I was marking this as a strong demand. Is this area here? Can you see this is a strong demand right here? So I was just paying a lot of attention here. But remember what I've been telling you the past days, like a trend is more powerful than just a supply demand zone. I think this is the perfect example of this. We had some sort of reaction right here, but the trend was super heavy, right? The trend was super heavy. So we just broke this demand zone. We reached the next key levels here. Look at this. We actually hit 633. So we hit this and then we reclaim key levels. But the trend was way more powerful than just the supply demand zones. All right. If you remember that concept from the previous days, I think this is the textbook example. The trend is way more powerful or way heavier than a supply demand zone, support resistance key levels. All right. So again, we had this break and retest of this 636, strong rejection right here with clear risk and clear objective. So I really like this. And then we had this break and retest of the previous low of the day. Again, good retest, good rejections, and clear objectives. And right here, your objective was first low of the day, but second this 633, and we actually got it on these 2 new opportunities, right? So this was the break and retest of the previous low of the day, and this was another break and retest of a new low of the day, right? So I think that was everything for SPY. Not sure if anyone took SPY trade right here. Yaritza, I am in the accelerator community. Did you do live trade in the morning like that? No, I don't. But you can take a look to the admins channel, Yaritza. It's on top of the channels list, the one with the green arrow. And every morning I'm sharing my trade ideas, my charts on whatever I think or I feel it's gonna be relevant for the day. So you can take my ideas right there. But I don't do live trading. Um, Jatin, a lot of mega stocks are pulling to the daily 50 SMA. Yeah, that's a good chance for entering into long-term positions. So who was asking? Yaritza, yeah, this what Jatin is telling you. That's a very nice entry point. All right, Carla, yeah, thank you. Cheryl guy, so you are doing break and retest of whole numbers, and I don't do fair value gaps. I don't use them. I understand them. I know what they are. I just don't trade out of fair value gaps. I like key levels. I like round numbers, and my favorite setup is the break and retest of the previous day high and low. But I'm aware of all of the key levels. I'm aware of most of the psych numbers, or like round numbers or strike numbers, and I try to pay attention to them. So if we get a reaction like right here on this 636 key level, well, I can take it as, consider this for entering into a position. Hello, Anne. Hey, Abdo. MSTR. I'll take a look. Just give me 1 second. Richard. FVG. Yeah, fair value gap. Yeah, in my opinion, I think it's just a fancy word for an imbalance, right? But yeah, I mean, I remember I started reading about the ICT concepts, and dude, I mean, it's a very fancy way to call for everything into like price action reading. I mean, I just think it's super complex. I don't use it, but I mean I read it just like a general knowledge, general context for that. Right. So guys, let's take a look to QQQ. In my opinion, QQQ was easier. I mean, yes, we did have more entry opportunities on SPY, but look how easy it looks on QQQ. This is the break and retest of the pre-market low, 5-minute opening range low, right? This is the break and retest of this 565 key level. This is the break and retest of this order block here, and also this 563.30. That's a key level on the 15-minute chart. And then we have a break and retest of this previous low of the day. So as you can see here, guys, QQQ was very clean on every break and retest. Can you see? So if you were patient enough for actually waiting for the retest and the confirmation of the move, you made money today. So I don't think that I have to explain too much about every entry right here. So right here it's just the break and retest, pre-market low, 5-minute opening range low. Let me show you here the tags. Can you see the tags here? Guys, not sure for everyone new in this community, these tags are part of a tool that we use on the community. It's a combo for different tools. This is the one that I use the most. It's just an automatic way to draw the current day intraday key levels. So it draws every day the previous day high and low, pre-market high and low, 5-minute opening range, 1-minute opening range, but you can change it to the 15-minute if you like it that way. And you can draw this dash box right here is the daily gap. It's the previous day close and the and the 2 days open. So you don't need to draw all of them into all of your charts every day and take them away at the end of the day. This tool does it for you, and it's super affordable, and you can find it on the video description and on the channel description. There's a short link. You can go there. You can purchase on TradingView. The developer it's a trader from our community, so it's like it's a it's a nice way to support the community. All right. Look, when I first looked into day trading, the first entry I learned was fair value gaps on YouTube, and I thought it will be the easiest thing in the world. I know, Sanjay, I can't hear you. I mean that. Well, it will be weird if we can hear you, because I don't think, unless you are here at my office, but you're not, right? All right. So, any question about these QQQ entry opportunities? Anyone that wants to, I don't know, like comment something here? I think QQQ in particular was super easy. I know Luke was making money, printing money here with NQ. Uh, I was kind of having a bit of FOMO because I entered into Meta and AMD this morning, and I'm not gonna lie, I mean, I had a very nice return of my investment, but this move, I was watching this move, and this move from here to here on a same day expiration, I will make like a 250%. So, and well, again, I have very nice returns on my trades. 60 something percent on AMD, 50 something percent on Meta. So that they were nice trades, but this was a 200%. So well, that happens. That happens. All right. AMD. Let me, I want to show you guys what I did on AMD. Copy image. All right. Look at this. So I enter right here on this break and retest of the 5-minute opening range below the pre-market low. All right, this was my entry right here. I took my first profits right here on this 160.51. I took profits right here. I was looking for this key level right here, but look at the price action. So we got some sort of retracement, but look at these wicks right here. So in my opinion, this was just a pullback right here to this 162. And then I was waiting for this push down. So this push down, I took profits right here on this candle. First on this one, 1006. This was the break of the previous low. And then I have some more right here on this 1008, the break of this key level. And then I closed my position right here on this 1047 key level. I understood that this 158 was a strong key level. Actually, these orange lines are several touches on the daily chart. So I was understanding this was my demand zone, and the hit right here was not super strong. So I just closed my position here. This was for AMD. Anyone took AMD? I think a lot of people took AMD today, right? And all right, so this was my first. This was my entry. This was the break and retest of this 5 minute opening range. But what about this? I mean, if you are AMD, if you are following these live streams for a while, you know this 164, this 158, those are several touches or multiple touches on the daily chart. So you understand how powerful are these key levels, right? You understand how powerful are these key levels. So this retest of this 162 was key, right? That was key. That was super important right here. And all the way to the next one, 158. But look at this. This was a nice break and retest of this previous low of the day. So I think AMD was super easy just to entry and also to manage your position, right? Dian, you took AMD, nice. Sina, same. Raju, what about the white and blue lines indicated on your level? All right, so the white lines are the key levels on the 15-minute chart, and the blue lines are previous highs and lows on the daily chart, right? Alex, you took AMD 1004. 1004 right here. You took this one right here, aiming to 160. Good. So actually, you made kind of this trade right here, right? This is the target was here, 160. Very nice trade. 5 minute work day. That's nice. Dian 1004, same trade right here. Break and retest of this 162. Sold half of 1016. Oh my gosh, good. And the rest at 1027. You chicken out right here, right? Yeah, you chicken out right here because this is, like, I mean, if I know it's easier on the aftermath, right? I know this is easier because it's the autopsy right here, right? But can you see the market structure right here? I think market structure it's like super clear right here. Higher highs, higher lows, and right here, this is the change of character, right? And now you're having higher highs, higher lows. Yeah, so I just think that you just chicken out with this pullback, but can you see the market structure is intact? So Sven, 2 cons on AMD, good. Eileen, Tony took AMD. Yeah, this was super clear. And Tony and Jack, they don't like puts too much. I mean, they always prefer to take longs or calls. But if there was a setup for both of them, it was this one here, because it's super clear the break and retest, and they won't take any risk on short trades. So this was super obvious for them. What time they took this AMD trade, Eileen? Do you remember? Did they take this first entry or this second entry? And the end, you chicken out. I know. That's fine, my friend. I mean, remember, you should plan your trade and then trade your plan, right? I mean, if it goes beyond your targets, I mean, that's fine, but you should not get any FOMO, because I mean, you were planning for something different. The second one, yeah, right. Just as I told you, right? I mean, they were using, and I'm sure they were like waiting for two different things. First, this order block right here, or one candle rule, like Tony called it, and also this 162. It's a strong key level. So he was waiting for this break and retest right here, and maybe he entered on this impulsive candle to the downside. 1004. Yeah, I think this is the kind of trade that Tony liked, because it's super clear to the downside. All right. Sanjay, so in my analysis for AMD, I see next target it's 172, 176. 172, 176. Well, I think for trusting AMD, we need to reclaim this 168. I I'm not I'm not seeing this reclaim today. That's what I think. That's what I think. And now this is the 20 SMA, the daily 20 SMA. Now that we are below the daily 20 SMA, this really needs a squeeze to the upside to reclaim 168, maybe 170. And yeah, but for being honest, I don't see AMD bouncing here. I think we still have more downside for AMD. Again, this is not financial advice, but I think we still have more room to the downside. Maybe once, yeah, 153, something like here. I don't know. I don't know. I will be watching AMD for sure. I love to short AMD. If you have been around long enough, you know what shorting AMD is my passion. It's my favorite thing. So yeah, I will be watching AMD. Um, Eileen, you think Tony entered? Yeah, I think this is the kind of play for Tony. This is the kind of play for Tony. Strong rejection of key level. Look at this 162 order block, higher time frame key level, price action very clean, nice retest, strong rejection. This is the kind of play that Tony likes for the downside. He doesn't like the downside, but if he's taking something to the downside, this is the kind of play for Tony. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that he entered right here 1004. Okay. What happens? My passion. All right. You enter 162.55 right here. 162.55 order block, weak rejection. Yeah, like maybe this 948. Yeah, that was a good reading. That was a good reading. Yeah, it's an immediate retest, but I understand what you tried to do here. That was a nice trade. 957 candle is telling that the sellers are here. 957. Yeah, this order block, right? This order block. Sellers are sitting right here. Yeah, look at these candles. I think once we reach this level here, sellers are, like raising their hand. Hey guys, we are here and we want to play. So on this retest, it's super clear. Tony didn't take the first retest on AMD because he said the retest missed by a couple cents. This one here, yeah. Can you please answer my question? Okay. Was looking at the first entry on AMD 5-minute range retest, but it did not go all the way back to retest the level. Okay. Okay. Like for 1 cent, 2 cents. Should I be more aggressive on shorts? Absolutely. Well, no. This means that last sentence. Turn your eyes here. Forget the last 10 seconds. I will say that this is the Men in Black kind of thing, right? I will say, Francine, backtest, and like you tell me if you should be more aggressive on your shorts, because I can experience share. And this is the kind of things that I like. I mean, when I'm trying to enter into short positions, I don't wait for like textbook kind of retests. It's I like to be more aggressive on my entries. Sometimes, for example, if I'm taking calls, I will never buy or enter into a position if I'm super close to, I don't know, like to high of the day. If going to high of the day is less than 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, I will never enter. But when I'm taking shorts, when I'm taking puts, I will enter at low of the day, and I don't care, because I know this is gonna drop like a stone. I mean, when you are going short, everything happens way faster. So in my experience, on the way I have back tested and how I play this kind of opportunities, is yes, I'm more aggressive, but I will never say like that you need to be more aggressive. You need to find out if that's something that works out for you, right? You're very welcome. Okay. Chen, Tony miss Nvidia, and Jack took it too, but he went on super sniper mode and got into AMD. All right, Mr. Put. It's just I like it. When I take calls, I sometimes miss the nice rally, because I'm super impatient. That's not a strength of mine. I'm not patient, so that's why I think I like puts more, because they happen faster. You end knowing if your play is gonna, if your trade is gonna play faster, so you get conviction faster. So yeah, I think that's why I'm more comfortable this way. But there's people that they don't like, like red candles. There's people that they don't like the downside, and that's okay. I mean, you just need to find out whatever you are comfortable with, what you can trade well, and what works better for you, and that's all on your data. That's all on your data. Jatin, you took 944. I think this is it. Yeah, good. Do you think management was good considering one con? 944, 947. Well, that was like the next key level. Well, look at this. I mean, even right here, it was a 1-to-3 reward ratio trade. I like it. Yeah, that was fine. Plan your trade your plan. If that was your plan, that's perfect. That's a win on my books. Francine, you did not take a trade today, right? Francine, I want you to journal why you hesitated, why you didn't take a trade. It was because you didn't prepare. It was because you didn't feel comfortable looking everything falling. It was why what were you feeling? Why, what was your physical reaction? How will be a nice place to be in order to be taking these kind of trades? I want you to make that reflection, all right? And let me know on the Traders Lab inner team chat, all right? All right, let's go to the next one, guys. Amazon. I was looking for this Amazon trade, but it entered into the gap right at the opening. All right, I was looking at this. I was expecting this gap fill. It was a small gap, like 2 points. Actually, yeah, 225 to 227. It was a small gap, but look at this. It was super nice to watch how it reacted. So you had this break and retest of pre-market low and the 5-minute opening range low. So again, I think this is kind of what I was telling you guys. So if this was to the other side, I will never enter into this position because you are so close to the high or low of the day. But when you are taking puts, when you are shorting a position here, you can be more aggressive, and this will be absolutely a trade that I will take 10 out of 10 times. It doesn't matter, it's super close to low of the day because I'm expecting to drop, right? And if we don't get the drop like really fast, I'll just cut my position because that's how it works with puts, right? I mean, you know very fast if it's gonna work or not. So look at this. You enter here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of indecision candles, but then started dropping like super fast. And I like it. So then you have this break and retest of 224. That's a key level, psych number, round number. And then you have this break and retest of previous low of the day. So again, I think price action today was super clear. If you were patient enough to wait for your setups, I think it was super easy to spot these kind of entries. And there's no magic here, guys. I mean, as you can see, you need to be ready with your key levels. You need to be ready with your plan. And that's the secret sauce. High lane, not sure what I mean so far. Due to QQQ, yeah, just rewind the tape. Rewind the tape. We talk about several entries on QQQ. You will see. I think that 950 was one of them. What about 943 on Amazon? 943 on Amazon. 943. Fair value gap, low of the day. There's no clear break and retest right here, Diane. I don't think. Oh, 943. Sorry. Nah, dude, I think you are just chasing right here. You're just chasing. This is kind of this is immediate retest of the low of the day. Yeah, I think you were just a bit late right here. All right, let's go to the next one, guys. Nvidia was super clear today. Break and retest, 5-minute opening range low, pre-market low. This 174. It's also a key level, round number, psych number, strike number. So look at this. I know this is kind of immediate retest. There's some displacement right here. But I think the the entry was here. I think this should be the right entry. 944. So it's the break and retest and strong rejection of this pre-market low, 5-minute opening range low, strike number, round number, psych number, this rejection of 174, and you should be aiming first to this 172, and well, then it was 171 or 170.90 right here. And well, as you can see here, you had break and retest of low of the day. Then you have another break and retest. Well, this is not low of the day, but this was a 170.89 was a key level on the daily chart. Can you see here? If you were aiming to 169, it was a 1 to 4.7 risk reward ratio trade. Again, I think everything to the downside just worked perfectly, right? Hey Neto, given that 938 candle on Amazon is green, do you wait a little on Amazon? $938. Yeah, I will wait for the rejection of the level. I will wait for the rejection of the level. Again, remember guys, it's not just the retest of the key level, it's the reaction on that key level. So if you are just waiting for the retest of your key level, that's the most aggressive way to enter into a position, and also it's the lower probability, right? It's the lower probability. You should be waiting to see reaction right there. And if you can, if you want to do it just the way I do, it's I actually wait for the next candle, or that the candle is aggressively reacting and maybe engulfing the previous candle, right? So yeah, so just for the retest, I don't think it's a good way to enter into your positions. All right. Okay. Back to Amazon. How long do you wait? Do you wait for it to clear the green candle? Yeah, just what I said. I mean, I'm waiting. For example, here, look at this. For example, here, as you can see here, I'm waiting for this second candle. So we had this reaction here, or let me zoom in. Give me 1 second. Maybe this is kind of exaggeration, but it's nice. So we have the break and retest right here, 937. What's going on with the next candle? It's an indecision candle, all right? What's going on with this second candle right here? It's actually closing below my key level. But you know what? It's not even close. Well, it's close, but it's not below this previous candle. So what happens with the next candle here? Well, it's rejecting this pre-market low, 5-minute opening range low. But look at this. I mean, it's looking like kind of indecisive. And this one here may be my entry. This one here may be my entry. But if I didn't enter here and I'm watching this reaction here, look at this. I mean, what I did, give me 1 second. What I did, it's here, this candle, it's going below all of these candles here. So this is kind of the low of the day. Just as I told you, I mean, when I'm shorting up into a position, I'm being more aggressive, and I don't care if I buy close to low of the day, because I'm waiting for this drop, right? I'm waiting for this, like going to the next level. So in this case, I'm opening the position right here when this candle, it's actually going below all of these bodies. It's going below all these bodies, and this is a good catch, guys. This is a good catch, because I'm trying to be very objective on how I propose this kind of trades, and it will be very easy for me just to tell you like, oh, okay, well, this is the retest, and you just take this candle here. Well, it's not. I'm trying to give you my examples just as I will take them, right? So the way I will take this, look at this. If I go to the low of the day, well, it's not a 1-to-1, but I don't care, because I'm shorting this position. But if I'm taking calls and we are this close of high of the day, I wouldn't take it. That's why I tell you I'm way more aggressive taking puts than taking calls. Okay. Melly took first trade with one con with Nvidia. This one here. Nice. Very good there. Guys, is there any questions on what I just said to you? Do you like to share something about this? How I'm proposing this? Look at this. Look, for example, right here on this next trade. All right, I'm gonna zoom in again. Right here, what I'm proposing is this order block, previous low of the day. You had this retest here, but I'm not proposing to have Okay, well, I just take your position right here. No, no, no. I'm actually telling you, you should be waiting for more reaction right here. And on this candle, when it goes below this body here, this is a good point. This is a good entry point. And just because, look at this, to low of the day, it will be a 1 to 3.5 risk reward rate to trade. I think this is super worthy. I think this is super worthy. But I want to watch you how I'm proposing this entry point. We got our retest on this previous low of the day, order block right here. Then we wait for the next candle to actually form and confirm us the direction of this. And I'm not taking a position here until we are below these bodies right here. All right? Does it make any sense to you guys? Just trying to give you more context on how I'm choosing these trades. It's a breakout. Come on, Diane. It's not a breakout. Probably is. It's a hybrid between a break and retest and a breakout. Danny NGO. Hi Neto, I took Nvidia 936. Wow. 936 right here. Okay. Felt like my entry was a bit aggressive. No. You didn't felt that. It was super aggressive, my friend. The first 10 minutes, you have a lot of fake outs. So you didn't felt like it was aggressive. It was super aggressive. Should have waited until 9:43. I trim at 9:44 with this push and 9:45 with this push or this push. And took majority on 9:46. That's a perfect trade. That's a perfect trade. If that was your plan, that was a perfect trade. And if you are just trading with a few contracts, I mean, come on, if you got 20% right here, that was a perfect trade. I mean, you should not be expecting home runs every day, right? I mean, if you have a runner because, like you got into here and suddenly it just drop and you are 40% up into your position, yeah, you can hold 1 or 2 contracts, that's fine. But I mean, you should not be expecting home runs every time, right? DC for Nvidia, I probably will have got in 941 here. And and possibly stop out just for it to take off without me. Well, I don't think so. Let me. I'm gonna guess right here, Daisy. If you took this here, your risk. Look at this. Your risk will be at least at the top of this candle here. You let me know what candle close above your invalidation level. None of them. So even if you took this 941 candle here, I don't think you will be stop out because you are. I think you are setting your stops like pretty fair lately. So I just think that, I mean, if you are taking your trade right here, you can't have like a very close stop loss. That's why it's super important, the context, right? Like for example here, I mean, I'm taking this entry here and my risk, it's at the top of all of these candles here, right? It's at the top of all the, look, actually this stop loss here, it's at the top of this candle, not even these ones, of this one here. So if you took an entry right here, I think your stop loss will be right here anyways. Neto, low of the days are very well respected. Do you wait for candle closure? Not for my entries. Don, you took that trade exactly, this one here? Since I wait 10 minutes and an extra minute, yeah, 941. Oh, this one, 941, the one that DC was telling. Okay. Chen, I have a question on the pullback. Sometimes the pullback for retest came with really, really strong bullish candles. How can we be more comfortable that it will continue towards the downside? Chen, you wait. You wait for the reaction. I know this is counterintuitive, but you know how the break and retest work. You know how well it reacts to previous low of the day. You know how well it reacts to order blocks. So the more you back test, the more you forward test, the more you trust into this. And look at this. I mean, I'm not proposing to get into the first retesting candle. I'm actually proposing to enter into this second candle, actually reacting to this key level, uh, confirming the move to the downside, closing below these two bodies. So the only thing you need to do is wait patiently, but wait actively, wait looking at this price action, look at this reaction. Don't try to guess, just wait for the reactions. And I think that's the secret sauce. Look, would you consider Nvidia at 939? No. And just because it's inside of the first 10 minutes, I think that will be all. Because yes, I like these candle wicks. I like these candle wicks, but it's just too soon on the day. Yeah, no, I understand what you said, Luke, but it's just too soon on the day for me. Neto, I'm wondering this. I had only one losing day in August. Is it about the month or I'm just getting better? It's kind of weird question, but I just want to hear from you. Well, let me tell you something, Dian. I don't I don't rate my months according to my P&L. I rate my months according to how well I stick to my plans and to my preparation. So if you did everything you needed to have a green day and you actually had a green day, that's how you should be rating your days and weeks and months. I mean, not because of your P&L, but for how well you executed and you perform on your trades, right? Um, as wait with the intention. Yeah, Don, you are taking notes of my lessons. Thank you very much. That's super nice to read and to know. Wait with intention, exactly. Um, Chen, I understand. As long as the market structure doesn't change, I'm waiting for reaction at those key levels for entry. Exactly. Yeah. So if you are watching this coming back to create a higher high, well, now you are not waiting for the reaction to the downside, right? Or maybe you are, right? It's just you are aware that the price action and the market structure is changing. So I mean, it's just of a game of awareness, right? Um, you're very welcome, Chen. You're very welcome, Danny. You're very welcome, Diane. Patrick, Google. Wait, give me a few minutes. If there is a lifetime mentorship with you, I will just keep joining the trade review. I'm not planning on stopping this exercise. It's being super useful for you guys, and I'm also learning every day. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna stop with this kind of exercises. All right, Tesla guys, I have two different entries here or three different entries here. Uh, I was watching these break and retest of 325, round number, side number, strike number. So I had this break and retest. I didn't draw it because it's kind of an immediate retest, small retest, but I mean it's there. Something like this, maybe. Something like this, right? Something like this. retest, strong reaction below the previous candle here. I know it's super close to low of the day, but look at this. The next relevant key level is this 321. That's a key level on the daily chart, and it's a 1 to 4 risk reward ratio trade. So I think this is worth the risk, right? This is worth the risk. Next one is this break and retest of this 322.89. Let me tell you what is this coming from. This is coming from the 15-minute chart. This is coming from the 15-minute chart, and it's a previous high of the day, right? It's a previous high of the day from something like 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago. Yeah, something like 2 weeks ago. But look how well it performed, right? So break, retest to this high of the day, previous high of the day, and more downside. And this, what about this? This is a break, retest, previous low of the day, more downside. So again, I don't think there's too much to explain right here. Just you need to be ready with your key levels, and if you are not drawing key levels on every round number, side number, you just need to be aware of this, right? I mean, if you are looking for reactions on round numbers, side numbers, and especially strike numbers, right? Thank you, Don. De nada, Yaritza. Daisy, dude, this is the review. This review is the highlight of my morning. Did you offer one-on-ones? I don't do technicals one-on-ones, Yaritza. If you are interested on personalized performance coaching, yes, I do have a program for struggling traders or profitable traders that want to reach their A game. I do have, but it's not technical. It's about performance coaching. Namusiwa, Neto's education is good, but his personality adds so much. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. I think you are the only one thinking like that. My kids, they don't think that. Accelerator one-on-ones is cool, but the time slots suck for me. I'm sorry about that. But I think Hayden, I think Hayden is gonna be available like with more time slots. So you should be just asking him. And I'm not sure if it is gonna happen like really soon. But I think there are more coaches like Hayden coming. So just be patient there. The 1004 is also a one candle rule. 1004. 1004. I don't think so. I mean, I think you are kind of like thinking on this. I don't think this is a one candle rule. No, it's not. 1004. Yeah, no, it's not. Felix, hi Neto. Do you use Turbo Trader or order entry? I use the order entry widget. I'm kind of old school with that. I don't like the Turbo Trader because I'm watching several names and indices. So for me, the Turbo Trader is kind of confusing. It's super useful if you are just looking one or two names. But when you are looking to different names or several names, it's kind of a different thing. So I like the order entry widget because you can make sure of the ticker, the size, the strike, if you are buying, if you are selling, and how many contracts, because that has been that has been a mistake that I made in the past. Like, oh well, I'm taking profits here, and instead of like taking only quarter of my position or a portion of my position, I just sell everything, and that's an execution mistake that it's super painful. So I like the order entry widget, and I only use market orders. Is it my default option? I don't know. I think it is. Yes, I think it is. You were the one asking that on the accelerator, right? Ping me there. Tag me there, and I will send you a screenshot of how I have my order entry widget, and I will take a look if it's like standard the market order. I don't remember, but I will let you know for sure. Um, Linda, okay, on the channel description, Linda, you can find my email. Just shoot me an email. Um, Randall, I sent you an email. Okay, let me take a look. Yaritza, yeah, my email is on the channel description. You just shoot me an email. Me and you both. I like Luke. This guy is learning so fast, and it's crazy how similar we are trading right now. It's just crazy. I mean, it's like we are chatting during the morning, and hey, dude, are you looking how this is forming? And I was like, oh, a screenshot of what I was watching, and we were watching the exact same thing. It's really crazy. Thank you for being there, Luke. Is Thinkorswim good for day trading? It's perfect. It's perfect. I use Webull for day trading. I use TOS for my swings, and I use Schwab for my long-term portfolio. Uh, the one reason I stayed with Webull for day trading is because I learned how to do that on at first, and that's the only reason. But I love TOS. It's super easy to use and very cheap on the fees. So that's it. Um, FOMC meeting minutes. Yeah, it's coming. I will use TOS. Yeah, the one thing with Webull, TOS, and some of the American brokers is that they are expensive on other countries, and also uh, you have to be 19 to trade options. I don't know. Look, I'm like three times that number. Uh, I don't know. I think you should be like uh, at least 21. I don't know. Maybe 18. I don't know. Well, what I was telling you is that some of the brokers that are really nice in the United States, they are expensive, or they have limited functionality in other countries. So, for example, I know we will work for Canada and Mexico, but they don't have everything that we have in the USA. I know TOS works nice for the United States, but I know it doesn't work all of the features on Canada, for example. So uh, I think the very best option for people outside the United States, it should be maybe IBKR. Yeah, maybe IBKR. And I actually need to start learning how to use IBKR, because if I move if I move to Spain next year, I mean, I won't notify Webull, but if they suddenly notice that I'm not trading inside of the USA, I don't know if they are gonna shut down my account or something. So I need to start learning IBKR uh, soon. All right. Thank you, Francine, for joining. See you later. Yeah, everyone outside the US uses IBKR. Yeah, I know. It's kind of the easiest thing to do. All right, so let's get started. Microsoft, well, Microsoft was working nice here. Maybe this break and retest of 5-minute opening range low. Your risk here, low of the day was. Look at this. This is a good example. For example, here you are looking at least for 1 to 2 risk reward rate to trade, right? So let's say it's right here. Right here. But also you have your stop loss at the top of this candle here, one of the retesting candles. So I know this is consolidating on the top of your chart, but if you respected your position here and you never close your position, because these candles never close above your invalidation level, this actually work. Can you see? This is right at the top of this retesting candle. You entered your position on this rejection of this 5-minute opening range low, right below this body here, and you are aiming for a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio trade. It took forever from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., but you actually hit your target and beyond, right? But this is why it's super important to wait for the candle closure and not looking at your P&L, right? Let's go to the next one. Palantir. I think this was another super nice trade. This is super clear right here. This is what is this? I don't know exactly what is this. Okay, okay. So this is the 150 key level, right? 150. It's strike number, round number, side number. So 150 right here. All right. So you had this break and retest of 150. Can you see here? Right here is 150. Right there. 150. Break, retest 150. And with this rejection right here, or maybe here. Yeah, I will enter maybe here on this 959. Look at this. Very nice, very nice. And then you had this break and retest of this order block right here. 147 round number. Break and retest and drop. All right. So nothing too much to tell about this. This is Palantir. Neto, I've been taking 50% at 2 hour instead of 25% at high of the day. Do you think scaling at high of the day is better? Despite low risk reward, you should always scale at 2 hour, then let the rest ride. It's a good question, Sam. What is your data saying about this? I think that's what you should be doing. You should be looking at your data and let me know if on your journal entries what happens once you reach high of the day or low of the day. Because if your data says that you should be taking some profits, but like just a small portion of your position, well, your data is gonna tell you what to do. I can tell you what I do. But I think your data should be the one telling you what to do. If you are always aiming to fix risk reward, maybe you want to hold everything for your risk reward because you are not. That's part of your plan. But if you are just scalping, maybe you want a higher win rate instead of a higher risk reward, so you take profits like really soon. and you don't let your runners run, or you miss this kind of trades, right? Like, okay, well, I cut 50% of my position here and the other 50 right here, and you didn't get this move, and that's okay because you were looking for a higher win rate. So I think your data should be the one telling you what to do. But you got the idea. What I do is I always take like 1/4 of my position at high of day, low of day, or the first push. Then I take like 50 or 60% of my position on the next key level, or my real target, and I let uh, 15 to 25% of my position to run. And I usually, what I do is sometimes I go bar by bar, sometimes I go with the, if you know Lauren from our community, she draws the protect your assets line. Uh, I love that line. That's something that I've been implementing the past months. So that's usually what I do. And my last portion of contracts, I never close it like in just one uh, in just one shot. Uh, if it's going, I mean, if it's going on my direction, but if it's going against me, yes, I close it all of a sudden. But if it's going in my direction, it's like, okay, well, I still have 10 contracts. Okay, well, I'm gonna take 2 here or 3 here, and then another 2 on the next move, and that's the way I do it. Um, this is so much emotion. If you took that Microsoft trade, yeah, it was a pain. uh, Took this one too after I was out of Nvidia. Solid trade. This Palantir, right? Done. Palantir 1003, right here. That was a good one, Chen. 1003, 1004. Yeah, that's a good one. That was a very nice one. See you later, Chandru. I feel like on trades and consolidate a lot. The 2R helps to minimize the risk of Theta in case trade collapses. Yeah. I mean, yes. So just as I was telling you, Sam, I will ask your data what to do. I mean, if and let me experience share something. I was looking at my data early on this year because I was taking profit. Look, my first profit taking was on a fixed percentage. So once I hit that percentage, I was taking something uh, just out of fear. I mean, just because. So I I went to my data and I started watching that most of the times, if I will wait it for the high of the day or the low of the day, I will hit that point. So instead of like taking profits at 10%, I will be taking profits at 15, 20, 25%. So I will be increasing my profits, right? Because I will not be taking profit just because I reach based on out of my P&L. So I was taking now profits out of my chart. So what actually happened is that I downsized my trades and I started making the same or more money, risking less, right? Taking less size on my entries, I was actually making the same money, and it was just because I was paying attention to my data, and that was the one change I did. Instead of like trimming my position on a percentage, I started trimming my position at high of the day or low of the day. So I will say just go take a look to your data and decide based on what is actually working for you. All right. Um, okay. Thank you, Abdo. See you later. Apple. I don't want to talk about Apple. Google. Well, Google with the L, without the L. So where is it? Give me 1 second. Google Google. Who was asking for Google? Patrick, 945. 945. 945 here. 945 here. Okay. Well, I like it more like this one here. 943. Your risk will be right here. This is the break and retest of the 5-minute opening range low. And you are, okay, you are taking this 200. Where is it? Right here, 200. So you said 945. This one here. Well, I mean, I understand what you're saying. It's just like I like more this because you are retesting an intraday key level, and you have like a clear objective here. This is the previous week low. Can you see here? Previous week low 198.64. So I like that more. But I mean, it worked. What you did, it actually worked. And then you have this other entry here. Look at this. This is low of the day, and you have this retesting. Well, something like this, and you were looking for low of the day. What about that? I like this. And what about this 199? Uh, 199. Break and retest of 199. Do you like it? Maybe something like this. Low of the day. Look at this. Maybe something like this. Do you like it, Patrick? Wanted to make sure got under 200. Okay, that's fair. Dia, Neto, external liquidity is your blue lines. For the downside, you use the previous day lows, and for the upside, you use the previous day's highs. Yes. What I do, Dian, is I use. Let me show you. Look, what I do is I use the previous day's highs out of the shade, out of the shadow of this candle. Like, okay, well, this is the previous day high, so I'm taking the next high out of this, out of the shadow of this candle, right? And then I'm taking this, so I'm looking for the next high. So this is the next high. I'm taking this. What is the next high? This is the next high, and this way for both sides. Is it clear? Thank you, Patrick. All right, that was Google. We were watching SPY, Meta. Well, this was my trade. I just want to show you this. This was my trade. I was looking for the gap fill. It's a huge gap. It's a huge gap. So it was kind of hard to get the whole gap, but I was looking for this. So I had this rejection of 743.50, or I mean, this. Look at this. I had all of these rejections right here. This. I mean, this is not a key level. This is nothing. But I like this retest of this rejection here. So I took this trade right here. And I'll took it all the way to the downside. This was a very nice trade. And look at this. We created an order block right here. So you had this break and retest of this order block right here. And you didn't get the low of the day. But look at this. This was a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio trade. And if you wanna see what I did here, All right, so I took my entry right here, 944. I took my first partials right here, 735 at 735 on this 951, and then I took more around here because it was rejecting, failing to create a new low, and then I closed my position around here. So that's what I did for Meta. Again, my expectation was to close at least half of this gap here. We got like 1/3 of the gap, so it's gonna be on watch for the next days. Let's see what happened here. uh, uh, uh. Yeah, I don't usually do it, DC, but I mean, and also the spread was crazy, like 10 cents, 10 cents on the bid and the ask. But I was expecting this move, so I mean, I took my chances here, and I entered with my usual size of my trade. I just reduced the contracts, right? So I did the math, and I got the less contracts but the same size on my trades, and this is what I got. This is what I got. Okay, last one. Put. 10, 940. Right here, 940. Break and retest. Pre-market low, previous week low, previous day low. I like it. I like it a lot. And look at this drop. I mean, that it's just I don't trade hood, but look at this. This is a strong reaction, a strong break of pre-market low, previous week low, previous day low. Then this retest was fire. So this 940 entry, that was perfect. That was perfect. How many contracts you took for Meta? 12. 12 contracts. 12 contracts. Yes. 12 contracts of 735 puts. All right, guys. So that was all for today. I hope that you are liking this new format. I'm showing you some trades or some opportunities for SPY and QQQ. We are going over other names like Hood, and we are trying to explain all of the key levels. So just let me know if you would like to add something else. You know the drill. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.